Most actors find soliloquies awkward, and there's a secret to doing them. A lot of actors and directors think, well, the answer is simply to say the soliloquy directly to the audience. But that doesn't completely make sense, because you're not actually talking to this audience when you come on as Hamlet and you're halfway through To Be or Not to Be, and the person you're talking to suddenly falls asleep. You don't say, wake up, or not to be, that is the question. You don't notice somehow. You, the character, doesn't realise that he's fallen asleep. So you're not really talking to that audience. And a nicer example is Malvolio in Twelfth Night, who has this long series of soliloquies about how wonderful he is and how he's going to marry Olivia and how important he is and clever he is and good-looking he is and so on. And the audience laughs. But he doesn't stop and say, what are you laughing at? Why are you mocking me? He reacts as though he can't hear them laughing. And he's talking to someone. And what do we do when we're on our own and we talk out loud? Do we really imagine someone else is there? No, of course we don't. We're talking to ourselves as if there were another self to talk to, a bit like talking to oneself in a mirror. And if there were another self, if there were a clone of me, and if there were 20 of them, at least that would be some comfort to go through these thoughts with them. The point is that when you go on as Hamlet, you're speaking to an audience of Hamlets. You're speaking to yourself. Malvolio is talking to an audience of 100 Malvolios, whom he's extremely pleased to see, because he knows they all admire him immensely. And when he says how wonderful he is, he knows they all agree. And if it's a big theatre and there are 1,200 Malvolios there, he feels absolutely fantastic being on stage. So the point is, you are speaking to an audience, but not the audience that's there. You're speaking to an audience of the characters. It's not a twin of yourself, it's a clone. And the fact you say it out loud, that's just the convention. There's the convention that you speak clearly during the rest of the play, that you don't interrupt other people's lines. There are lots of conventions which we accept on the stage, and the convention is you speak out loud, voicing your thoughts. And how exciting. How exciting to be able to play a part where at a particular point your character talks to themselves. And it's not to myself here, it's to myself there. I'm talking to myself. And what fun to go on stage at Madison Square Garden doing Malvolio and see that you've got an audience of 35,000 Malvolios, all delighted to see you, all loving you, all admiring you, all agreeing with everything you say, none of them laughing at you. How wonderful. The other audience of 35,000 people, no idea about them. They might be laughing at me. Well, the hell with that. Okay, I think we got the point. You're talking to an audience of yourselves.